I grew up in a Christian home, but for my entire childhood and adolescence, I never had a faith of my own. I was just piggybacking off of my parents' faith. When I turned 16, I didn't want anything to do with my parents, their faith included. I never stopped believing that there was a God, but I didn't trust him. I had no desire to live with anyone but myself. During this time in my life is when I met Justin. He was not a Christian, he was addicted to drugs, and he was jobless. But I was attracted to him, and in my selfish little world, that was all that mattered. In 2006, I graduated from high school, and Justin and I moved to Regina so I could go to college. While we were there, we got engaged without my parents' blessing, and the news of our engagement went over like a lead balloon. But throughout it all, even though I had turned my back on God, he never stopped loving me, and he had a plan for my life. After my 2 years in Regina, I moved home and got married. We went to church with my parents, but neither of us really embraced what it meant to live for God. Shortly after our son Morris was born, Justin became a Christian. But being as stubborn as I am, I continued to live my own way. But every time I struggled, it would put strain on the relationships in my life. My second pregnancy was very challenging. I had severe hip pain and could barely keep up with the needs of myself and Morris. Then, to make matters worse, our basement flooded. I was sore, pregnant, and doing laundry in rubber boots. We moved everything upstairs, dug in 5 sump pumps, and waited. 1 month before Emerson was due, the basement was dry. We moved everything back down, got our bedroom set up, and the nursery, put all back together. That night, I slept great. Until I woke up the next morning, swung my feet over the side of the bed, and put them into an inch of water. All I could do was cry. We moved everything back up again, and Emerson arrived 10 days early. Then, to top it all off, when Emerson was 2 weeks old, I found a snake in my bed right beside the bassinet. I had finally reached the point of desperation. I finally realized that I couldn't do it all. I made the decision to give my life over to God and stop fighting the endless battle all on my own. My life definitely isn't without challenges, but now, when things seem hopeless, I have somewhere to turn. Since Emerson was born, I have struggled with health problems. I have prayed for healing and tried everything, but I always came away discouraged because nothing worked. But now I am learning to just surrender. If me being healed is not part of God's plan, then I need to choose to embrace that and walk in His joy and grace. I don't have to be healthy to be at peace. God will give me the health, strength, and resources to do everything He wants me to do. One of my favorite verses is Psalm 13:6. I will sing to the Lord, for He has been good to me. So now, by the grace of God, I have this amazing life. I am surrounded by people who love and support me. And we serve a mighty and powerful God.